All right, welcome back. Time now for a look back on the week that was. We have a special panelist today. We've got former Navy SEAL Jonathan Gilliam, retired gunnery sergeant for the U.S. Marine Corps, Newsmax analyst Jessie Jane Duff as well, and host of the 13-Minute News Hour, Bobby Eberle, joining us live now. Good to see everyone here. Let's start with inflation, because that's what's affecting every single American right now, sitting at a 40-year high. Remember, guys, this came in 8.3%. They expected it to go down to 8.1. It was even higher than that, but again, sitting at a 40-year high. But we were talking earlier about this with John Bachman. His show's coming up just a bit, that you don't even need these graphs to understand the pain that many people are feeling. Jessie Jane Duff, start with you on that.
You know, it's inexcusable that the administration has failed to address this. They continually deflect and blame other outside influences. When are you going to take control of your own economy? That's all I have to ask the White House. When are you going to take control of your own supply chains? When are you going to take control of ensuring that we have enough energy to support American families? They're not. They simply will deflect and blame someone else, but offer zero solutions. And, you know, Americans going to the grocery store see it. I see it. And I'm only buying food for 2 people. I can't even imagine if it was a family of 4 or 5. You now are going to have to cut back and immensely in your budgets, because the inflation's going up 8%, but yet wages have only gone up, maybe 4 or 5%. So it's not keeping up. Joe Biden wants to claim all this victory about wages and jobs, but what he's not addressing is that it's not keeping up with inflation, and Americans are really suffering. It's just astronomical to me and beyond words.
Yeah. Well, President Biden has some new words for the Republican Party, or at least some members of the Republican Party, Bobby. The Ultra MAGA crowd. He called Trump this week, if we look back in time, the great MAGA king. Again, does this all tie into sort of the blame game when it comes to the high prices we're seeing for everything?
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, this guy was supposed to be the great uniter. I mean, after his inaugural address, some networks were calling him the pastor in chief, you know, because his faith was so strong and he's going to bring people together. But time and time again, he looks to divide. He said about this Ultra MAGA crowd that it was the most extreme group in the history of the United States. I mean, that's just nonsensical. So when independents and even Democrats hear this, when they see what's actually going on in the country, it actually turns them off, because they're looking for someone to lead the country through all of these problems. Joe Biden in the polling is underwater on every single issue. So him talking about Ultra MAGA doesn't accomplish anything, and it actually hurts him.
18% of the American people think that the United States is heading in the wrong direction, according to a recent Monmouth University poll. Jonathan Gilliam, your thoughts on this? And really, could this backfire? I mean, Ultra MAGA, Ultra Make America Great Again, the king of making America great again. I mean, I'm not sure that this is actually hated by folks that support Donald Trump, or really himself, as he tweeted out a meme about it.
I don't think it appealed to anybody except for that small percentage of people that listen to Joe Biden. I mean, that's the reality with this. You know, here's something that we need to really focus on in this country. Every single problem that we have right now in this nation on a grand scale is man-made. And it's basically being created and pushed forward, whether it's ethical issues, gas pump issues, there's no formula, money being sent to the Ukraine that should be spent here in the United States. All of these problems are man-made. The way COVID was handled was largely skewed by the left. Every single one of these problems, whether we're reflecting on the past week, reflecting on the past month, that's all it is. And you can tell when the left knows that they have screwed things up, because all they can do is insult the right. That's all they have. There's no proof of anything else. They just throw insults.
All right, I want to make sure we get to this headline. News of the week, we saw some developments with Twitter. Elon Musk said that he would allow Donald Trump back on the social media site. Of course, today we're learning that the deal is temporarily on hold, although Elon Musk says he still wants to go through with it. Jessie Jane, what do you think happens next in the social media platform saga?
Well, it would be nice if the stockholders would quit trying to provide cover for Democrats and start making sure that they are looking at their shareholders and doing what is right in their best interest. To have the stock price depreciate the way it has, it could also be a negotiating tool for Elon Musk. Elon is very unpredictable. It's hard to know what his next move will be, and his messages sometimes can be cryptic. But I do believe that he'll still move forward. I'm confident that he will, because he put so much of his reputation on the line with this. And negotiations are something that he's apparently quite good at. So let's do hope that he takes over Twitter, because without it, Twitter is doomed to fail.
Yeah, his buy point, I believe, is 54 shares, something around there, 52, 54, something like that. But I think it's sitting at 41 right now. How low does it go? It's obviously not worth that same price that he put up. So we'll see what happens. A developing story there. Bobby Eberle, also this as well. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, Friday the 13th, today, her final day as Biden's press secretary. What are you going to remember most about circling back? And then how do you look forward with Karine Jean-Pierre?
Oh my gosh. Well, the circle back, that's a meme in and of itself. It just, she overplayed that phrase so much. I don't think that will ever come back. But what a way to go out. Just the last couple of days, she said that the White House supports and encourages the protests outside the justices' house, Supreme Court justices. That's against federal law. The DOJ's doing nothing, and the White House press secretary is encouraging it. So that right there shows you everything that you need to know about the press office. And her replacement is coming in as a MoveOn.org activist who is out there blasting, white people and Donald Trump in the same old rhetoric that we see from the radical left. So nothing's going to change. It might actually get worse. And as for Twitter, just real quick, if I could throw in, we need Elon Musk, because just yesterday, the White House posted that before Joe Biden became president, there was no vaccine available. And yet he had 2 jabs before he was president, and millions of doses were administered.
I know.
So
Yep.
let's fact check that.
Yeah, December 21st, he received the vaccine, and then yesterday he said there were no vaccines available. Jonathan Gillum, out of time. I apologize. Jesse Jane Duff, Bobby Eberle, thank you so much for coming on being our panelists. Have a great weekend.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.